Let's get started. So, good afternoon, everyone. I am Dr. Nitin. I am the managing trustee of SAS Foundation. Now, this SAS Foundation is focused on empowering the youth on four fronts: health, education, environment, and community development. As part of the education initiatives, we offer internship every year to the school students and the college students. And some of the courses we do offer to the working professionals as well. As part of the IT internship program 2026-27, there are two courses that we are offering at this moment. One is the cybersecurity awareness, which you are attending. The other one is the digital entrepreneurship and content creation. Both of these sessions are focused on empowering the youth, looking at the future, how we can make you a better citizen, better informed citizen, and you can make your a better career. So I'll quickly run you through what we are going to cover during this cybersecurity awareness session. So we are going to understand about cybersecurity. Then we'll understand the social networking safety, then the safe browsing, email security, how to create the strong passwords, what is Wi-Fi security, how do you use a password manager, then some key security concepts that will be useful in your rest of the life, then the mobile device security, and lastly, what are the cyber security initiatives that are being taken in India. As you know, the geopolitical situation is not improving every day. It is worsening in one way or the other. New ways of cyber threats are being introduced into the market, which is creating the vulnerability across the world. So, all of these will be covered under 10 sessions. Each weekend, we will be having two sessions, one session on Saturday, one session on Sunday, 4 to 5. The time remains the same. Each session will have a hands-on assignment for that topic. What you have to do is you have to attend this session, understand it well. If you have any of the doubts, you can reach out to our trainer or you can pose your question through the WhatsApp. We'll be more than happy to clarify your doubt. And we also encourage you, don't get restricted to just these 10 modules. Do some extra research, do some extra reading, and learn what are the new cyber threats that are coming in the world every day and how you can be more cyber aware. Okay. Now, with that, let me quickly introduce our trainer. So we have Kartik Singh, who will be the trainer for the Cybersecurity Awareness Internship course. He is a computer science graduate from Guru Gobind Singh IP University, and he's currently working as a security focused software engineer at Tata Consultancy Services. What he specializes is in creating the secure applications and the vulnerability aware systems. He has hands-on experience in offensive security through Capture the Flag or CTF competitions. He has secured top positions in the inter-college events and has also organized the CTF. He has gained exposure to the real-world cyber threats. He was the former lead of his college's software development club, where he conducted the penetration testing on the institute's web applications. And at SAS Foundation, he aims to equip the students with practical cybersecurity awareness and a strong security mindset. Now, with that, I will hand over to Kartik to take you through today's session. Over to you, Kartik.
Hello, everyone. I am Kartik, and today I'll be your instructor for today's module. And in today's module, we'll be learning about cybersecurity. So, if anyone knows about what is cybersecurity or wants to share his knowledge, can tell us about what his or her interpretation is about cybersecurity. Yes, Priyank. You can go ahead, unmute yourself.
Cybersecurity is being safe on internet and staying away from malware and software threats which can easily harm your devices and access your personal data, which can lead to hacking of your personal accounts and uh, multiple problems on the social media.
Yes, you are absolutely correct. So, cybersecurity is it refers to the practice of protecting systems, networks, and programs from digital attacks. So, in nowadays, today, and the online identity is becoming a vital part. So, protecting your identity is called basically cybersecurity, and protecting systems that might leak your data. So, the main purpose is to defend unauthorized access, theft, and damage to hardware, software, or data. So, the real world, the most basic example is your account get hacked, the money gets stolen from a bank account. So, to protect that, the process of protecting or the practice of protecting those systems and preventing those attacks is called cybersecurity. Now, what is the importance or the real world relevance? Can anyone tell like what? Why do we need this cybersecurity? Yes, Gauri, you can unmute yourself.
Cybersecurity is required to protect our own data and also build a safe network so that others can also use it safely.
Yes, you are right. Basically, cybersecurity is we need it to protect ourselves and protect the data from unauthorized access or that can lead to unauthorized access. Let's say I am an individual and I have some information that is available on internet. That is my online identity. Let's say my Instagram account. So on my Instagram account, I post images of myself, right? And I talk to people. But if someone else got access to that account, he might use that account to post malicious things and do something that is, let's say, talking to someone that is not known to me and asking them for money. So that is not right. Yes. So cybersecurity is protecting those things and protecting my identity online, right? So that is the most real world relevance of cybersecurity. Now we move on to the next slide, which says the CIA tried. Now, what is CIA tried? CIA tried is the core pillar of cybersecurity, which the pillars are confidentiality, integrity, and availability. What is confidentiality? Keeping the data private. The things that must not be known to others must be kept confidential. This pillar of cybersecurity ensures that, like, let's say, if the password got leaked, you can like your accounts will be susceptible to other users. They can log in and access your information, right? So confidentiality pillar ensures that the data is confidential and safe. Integrity ensure that the data is not altered. So we use several applications daily in our daily lives. So we we use the UI and we send the request to backend, and the backend process and sends the data. What happens if someone in between changes that data and sends the request of something else? Like let's say you are paying 10 rupees to a seller, and somehow the amount is raised to 100 and it get deducted 100 rupees instead of 10. So that is not right. Yeah. Yes. So integrity ensures that the data is not altered in between, or the data is cannot be altered by someone else. Now availability. Availability is somewhat we can say the data is available at the time of need. So availability ensures that, let's say we want to search something on Google, and whenever we search something on Google, let's say we want to search the meaning of a word, we search it and we are able to access it easily. So that's availability. Now in cybersecurity, these three pillars basically sets the basic level of the principles that are further devised into several frameworks. And there's a organization NIST which makes those framework to protect the data from breaches and developing secure applications. Now, what are malwares? As Priyank shared with us that malwares are the programs that affect our system. So, can someone tell how the malware can affect our systems? Yes, Priyank, go ahead.
Malwares are usually enter our system by suspicious files such as .apk files, and they can easily they can easily fiddle with our programming, and they can make it possible for the transfer of data, which basically leads to uh, bad image on social media, which leads to our data being transparent. The privacy is not there anymore.
Okay, so you said it right. Malwares are the programs that are designed in such a way to exploit the system in releasing the information that is not intended. So there are different types of malwares: viruses, worms, Trojan horse, spyware, ransomware. So these programs are written only for the sole purpose of exploiting the systems and making it sending the information that is not intended. So there are these types of malwares. Let's go for viruses. It attaches itself to the program and it it sends an instruction to the computer to release information. Now worms are self-replicating. If your system is infected with a worm, it will self-replicate itself to an extent that the system cannot respond, or the system might become very laggy. Now Trojan horses are these softwares, or you can say malwares, which hide themselves in a legitimate software. How Priyank described, that was a part of a Trojan horse. So what the hackers do is they change the packaged application to access your different files. And as you have seen, whenever we download an application and we open it, it asks for permissions, right? So what hackers do is they change those permissions. Like, let's say we have an application for let's say we have a gallery. Okay, we download Google Photos and it's asked for your permission to make a call and send messages. Well, photos don't need any kind of permissions to access your messages or calls, right? So that's an like compromised application. So that's what a Trojan horse is. Now spyware tracks your activities, like what you are doing, what are the messages you are receiving, what is there present on the phone, what are you speaking. Even when you're like, let's say, even when your phone is active or your device is active, it can access those resources to record your voices and access your camera. So these are spywares, also known as rats, which stands for remote access tools. Now ransomware are malwares that encrypts your files. Basically encryption is, you guys do does anyone know encryption? What is encryption?
The message comes in a coded form.
Yeah. So Munmun is right. Message is encrypted. So encryption basically means, let's say we write a word and then we remove the vowels from it. That is a basic part, like the most basic form of encryption. So that's how ransomware works. What ransomware does is it encrypts all your files. And for decryption or reading it, like the way you are seeing this text on the screen, you have to need a decryption key. So decryption key is stored with the hacker. He will send you once you pay him. So that is ransomware. Now real world example is WannaCry ransomware, that was in 2027. So what it does, it affects a lot of computers and encrypts their files. Even at one point, US police department also got affected by this. So they have to pay the hacker to get the decryption key and access their data. So these are the malware and types that are available or that are present in real world that might affect you. Now, classification of cyber crimes. Does anyone have any like or affected with a cyber crime, like their Instagram got hacked or something like that previously? Okay, so I was hacked. My Instagram account got hacked like in 2 years ago. So the hacker got my account's access by a term or by a process called session hijacking. So what it does is for that he does not need any kind of password for my account. What it does, it just hacked my authentication token, which is set on the front end. So he got that access because I clicked on some link. So because of that, he got access to my account. So that is a part of identity theft, which is against an individual. Now, you might have seen comment section on Instagram where the people are fighting and bullying each other, right? So that is cyberbullying. Now, against property, now hacking and access to unauthorized data. Let's say you are trying to access someone else's account, or let's say you are uh, trying accessing the admin account for a website. Let's say Instagram has an admin account and you are trying to access it and you got access to it. So that comes under identity theft. Now, against property, phishing, spreading malware. Let's say you write a program that will share the Windows key of the user. Now spreading that over the internet or creating an APK that will be downloaded by millions of people. That is against property. Now, against government, cyber terrorism and espionage. Cyber terrorism is sending fake messages. That comes under cyber terrorism. And for that, we have cyber laws in India, like IT Act 2000, that governs cyber crimes in India. Now, importance of reporting cybercrime incidents. Now, reporting cybercrime incidents will grow the database and will allow the government to be more aware of cyber security incidents. Yes, Priyank?
Will it also not allow the government to get exposed to the newer forms of cyber crimes and make guidelines for them?
Can you please repeat?
Will it not also allow the government to get exposure to different type of cyber crimes which are lesser known or have not been explored by the country, and also create guidelines for them?
Yes, you are right. Importance of reporting cybercrimes will include that their database will be increased and they will be able to create laws against that. We recently saw the AI is on boom, and there are several AIs that are available to us, AI tools that are working. For that, India is working on making laws like what can be generated or what cannot be generated, and all these things are currently underway. So reporting these crime or cyber incidents will allow them to create, and it will help them to create new and better laws. So how to report it? We have a portal which is National Cybercrime Reporting Portal, which has this website cybercrime.government.in, and we have local police and cyber cells. We also have its helpline number, which is 1930. If you call it, they'll walk you through the process and help you in reporting cyber crimes. Now, before we proceed to key takeaways, I'll also like to mention, like, there are several types of hackers that are currently present in today's world. So for that categorization, we'll start with black hat hackers that are most like the people are most fascinated with them because they are the ones that shows the the unethical side of hacking. So what they does is they have a malicious intent and they try to hack an organization or an individual for their own benefit, and they get the access and the data and use it for their own access. Now, white hat hackers. White hat hackers are those hackers which are authorized to hack and report the vulnerabilities that are present in the system. Now, gray hat hackers. Gray hat hackers are not authorized, but they do hack it and then they report the vulnerabilities without any malicious intent. We also have red hat hackers, which prevents the black hat hackers to get access. Let's say a black hat hacker is trying to access the data of an organization or is trying to hack the credit card data for of an organization. So what red hat hackers will do, red hat hackers will try to prevent that and respond at the incident so that the data cannot be breached. Now we also have blue hat hackers. Blue hat hackers are those hackers which are freelancers basically, which are hired by an organization so that they can perform a cyber security analysis of their current structure and report them. And the most like you can say the most popular nowadays is green hat hackers, which are money minded hackers. What they do is they gain this skill and apply for schemes. Like there are several parts where several organizations, basically not parts, several organizations where the organizations allows the hackers to hack their product, or you can say website or application, and report them. And after reporting that the organization will pay the hacker some amount as a part of bounty for that bug, for reporting that bug.
Interestingly, the antivirus companies, they allow and they invite the hackers to come and try to inject a worm or a malware into a application, and the antiviruses basically improve their product with time by the use of whether they will be able to detect that kind of a malware or not, and whether they'll be remove it or not. So ethical, hacking itself is always seen in a negative light, but it can be used in the positive light to improve the systems. And that is why reporting the cyber incidents in India is very, very important. For example, for the past 1.5 years, we have been hearing about the digital arrest. Now,
Yes.
digital arrest is leveraging AI in some or the other form and trying to affect the citizens. If you happen to see any of such things around you, do report such incidents. When such incidents are increasing, the government takes the action and issues the advisory. They issue the ads, educating the citizens so that they are aware of what to avoid. So I just wanted to add. Yeah, go ahead, Kartik.
Okay, so do you guys have heard? Okay, what is the difference between blue hat hackers and green hat hackers? So blue hat hackers are basically, you can say, they are, let's say, a company hiring another company to present an audit, or you can do to do an audit of their cyber structure, you can say the cybersecurity structure. So that is blue hat hackers, and green hat hackers are purely money minded, and they do this for totally money or monetary purposes. That is the basic difference between blue hat hackers and green hat hackers. Oh, phishing. Yes, that's a good question. Phishing is basically creating you can say creating or mimicking a website's structure or the design to trick the user to enter his or her information, which can be sent to the hacker. Yes, Priyank.
Isn't phishing also done on individual basis when a person imitates somebody else on chat and tries to steal from you?
That is social engineering. Don't confuse social engineering with phishing. Social engineering part, phishing is a part of social engineering. where you trick the user to give you information about themselves. Uh, yes, social engineering, where you trick the user to give his information so that the user might not suspect that his information is leaked by himself, right? Let's take an example of let's say I have a Facebook account. Well, these things happen on mostly on Facebook and Instagram account. So let's take an example of that. I created a UI or a user interface or the design for this Instagram login page, where and then I host it on website, or I host it on my own server and then share the link with my friend. So what will happen is now my friend will open it, and after opening it, he'll see the legitimate design of the Instagram's login page, and he'll enter the his email and password. Whenever, like when he enter the information and hit the login button, the information will be sent to me, and I'll be able to access his account or details. And after entering those details in the Instagram or official site, I'll be able to access his or her account. So that is what phishing is. Anyone else have any questions?
I'll just add, in TCS, a lot of attempts to extract the information from the employees are attempted. TCS has a lot of cybersecurity controls so that such things do not come in. But the employees are cyber aware, so they usually avoid such things. One quick example is somebody with the malicious intent drafted an email as if it is coming from the company's CEO and saying there is a hike in the salary and they should go and update their information at a particular URL. Okay. Now, if such a thing is coming to you in a legitimate name, how do you detect it? Some of the key things you will be learning in these 10 sessions. I'll give you a tip. Look at the email ID, whether the email ID is legitimate or not. Usually, our domain is tcs.com. So you should have any of the email ID with tcs.com. But that email was tcs.corn, CORN. Now, if you were to look in a quick glance, you may not figure out whether this is com or this is corn. But that has actually happened in TCS, and some employees clicked on it. They were safe because the cybersecurity controls were there, but such things do happen. So whenever you are getting an email in your email box, do check the email whether it is a legitimate or not. Google, although has a great filtering mechanism, they actually identify whether this is a spam or not, and it moves into the spam folder. But you should be extra careful where the things look too good are usually not the good things. Yeah, go ahead, Kartik.
So now we'll talk about some major attacks that have been occurred in the past. So one is the Snowflake, which was occurred in 2024 due to uh, due to social engineering, which affected a lot of computers. And also in early 2000s, I love you virus was spread by sending attachments as an email, which was a PDF file and text file with a hidden uh, extension of .vbs. VBS is script file, which is basically for Windows systems and executes on systems and attaches itself to the email and sent to the Outlook contacts. So this virus was spread in early 2000s, and it affected uh, nearly 10% of the computers that were connected to the internet at that time. So uh, that was the biggest attack we had in early 2000s. After that, we recently heard about the attack on mm, uh, excuse me, I'm sorry. So in March 2026, we have healthcare tech, Catalyst, RCM, and Brightly software were hit, which was due to a ransomware. As we talked about ransomware, it was the all the files were encrypted and the health data was unable to access. So they have to pay the ransom to access the files. And in January 2026, supply chain attack. Uh, last year, Google and dance of the Hillary was also cyber attack. Yes, Priyanka, can you please share more about it if you know more about it? Okay. So Priyanka also shared her information that the Hillary photo that was shared on internet was also a part of cybersecurity attack. Oh, sorry, cyber attack, not cybersecurity attack. We also have supply chain attack in India, which was Shinobi ransomware attacked an IT service company, accessing the Hyper-V servers and stealing over 150 GB of data. And in airline extortion, we also have like attack in 2025. The threat group scattered spider targeted airlines like Qantas and WestJet, which was due to social engineering and data extortion. So here we see the example of social engineering, like how the airline got hacked or got attacked by the threat group, or you can say the malicious attackers. Now, in October 2024, political espionage, Chinese hackers targeted US political figures. Here, the spear phishing attack was used. Spear phishing is basically targeting an individual and extracting information from them. In 2023 and 2024, we have geopolitical attacks where Russian hackers attacked Baltic states and Ukraine energy networks. So that's about it from Module 1. So what are the key takeaways from Module 1? Cybersecurity protects your digital life. The CIA triad forms its foundation. Malware is dangerous and comes in many forms. Cybercrime affects everyone. Be alert and responsible. Always report cyber incidents to trusted platforms. When people clicked on the photo, a virus entered the device and hacked the device. What is social engineering? Social engineering is a type of attack, or you can say it's basically manipulating another human being to get the information from them. Right? Let's take an example. You receive a call and they ask you to share the OTP by saying that you have an order or you have done something. Let's say you have ordered an product on online website, and now to get it delivered, we want to confirm it by getting the OTP from you. So you tell them the OTP and the amount deducts from your bank account. So that is a kind of a social engineering attack. Well, usually we get so many calls asking for OTP, and banks are also telling us that don't share our OTP with anyone else. So that is kind of a social engineering attack. And digital arrest is also a kind of social engineering attack where they tell you like you are digitally arrested, and so these are the kind of things that comes under social engineering. Am I clear, Munmun? Okay. Anyone else have any questions or something they want to add on? They want to share, like they heard of any cyber attack recently.
I'll share one story that happened outside India. I was in US. Somebody called me and told me that some of the outstanding tax is there for me, and the IRS wants me to pay the amount immediately, or they'll be dispatching the police units to arrest me and deport me from the United States. So that was one of the ways the social engineering traps the citizens to extract the money and do all other things. Well, I did not transfer any of the money, but psychologically it creates a pressure onto you that there is a minute chance that I did not pay my taxes, and out of the fear, I may transfer the amount because I don't want to get deported. So social engineering is mostly focusing on, how do you manipulate the human psychology rather than figuring out the technical flaws. So that is why digital arrest was successful in the initial times, because people felt this could be legitimate and they were not aware. Now it is little difficult to do a digital arrest because people now know what are their rights, what can be done, what cannot be done. So that is one example of social engineering I wanted to share. Yeah, over to you, Kartik.
Yeah. So Gauri has shared a question with us, like how do we know which malware has entered our device? So detecting malware is basically done by antivirus softwares, and to prevent that, we have to be mindful of where we are surfing through the internet. Let's say someone shared a PDF with you, but that PDF does not have an extension of PDF. It says .exe file, and it says like chemistry notes or something like that. And when you download it and you open it, it will execute itself, and that was a virus, or you can say that was a malware. So be mindful of what you are surfing over internet, and to detect the malware, we have antivirus software, we can use them. And if we want to manually check that we have a malware or not, just monitor the. Yes, Priyank.
There is a setting in Windows PCs when you can run a full checkup on all your files to detect something suspicious. There is a brief check and a long check. The brief one takes around half an hour, and the long check can take as much time as it can, depending on the number of files you have. This is also a way to check for malware manually.
Yes, that is Microsoft Defender, which scans your entire system, and you can manually check for the like resources used in the task manager in Windows, and check for the network part where if you have a system, if you have a malware on your system, you can, like, the data will be sent over the internet. So network part, like using the sending the data to somewhere else, the network area will be using more or consuming more resources. And that's how you can check whether the malware has entered our device or not. Safest file extension, well, it depends on your use case basically. uh, if we are using the test document, the txt file will be the safest extension we can have on our system, which will not be executed. And the most uh, dangerous file extension is that exe file, which will execute itself. So any more questions? Okay, so the safest file extension is .txt file. which is a normal text file which we save or which we use like a notepad, and then we save it. It shows a txt document. That is the safest file we have on our system, and the most dangerous file that one can have on our system is .exe file or an executable file. Are we clear, Priyanka? So we have one more type of malware that I'd like to share, which we have seen a lot in recent days. So we have adware. Does someone know about adware? So adware is basically a malware which pop up different kind of ads on your screen and pop-ups. These pop-ups will are intended to irritate the user and make him click on the pop-up so that it will be or he will be redirected to a platform where the malware can be downloaded onto his system and he can get he can get hacked. So adware is also a type of malware that hackers use to hack the users. Yes, Priyank?
So adwares are usually used to create a gateway for the main virus to get into the computer.
Yes, exactly. Adwares are basically the main gateway to download the main files or main system setup on the user's system. Adwares are basically used for that only. Yes, Munmun?
So can any hacker replicate the government's website also, that making it a verifiable website, but it's not a authorized one? Can some hacker do that also?
Yes, hackers can do that, but the URL that we see in the address bar might not be the same, right? Let's say there is a website for admissions, for college admissions, let's say. The hacker might have created the user interface for the website, but the URL that he or she, the hacker will be sharing, will not be the same as the legitimate one, right? The government website will have collegeadmission.co.in, but the hacker's website will be .com, .co, something, but it will not be .co.in. For that, you can also there's also a website where you can check whether the link that is redirecting or the link that is opening is legitimate or not. Okay, there's a sandbox which will redirect or open the link and it will show you where this website is redirecting you to. So you can also be aware of that, like this link will be redirecting me to this website which is not legitimate.
Okay, let's go to the assignment part, Kartik.
Yes.
Yeah, once we are done with the assignment, you can continue with the quiz. I'll have to drop off for the other session.
Okay.
So, yeah, go ahead and talk about the assignment.
Yes. So we have assignment, which is write a 300-word essay analyzing a real-world cyber attack, identify the security gaps using the CIA triad. For submission, we have this QR code and the link for assignment, where you just have to upload the assignment and close the link. You won't be able to submit until the 10 modules are complete. And in every module, we have an assignment. So just complete the assignment, upload it on the link, and close the link. Do you understand?
If you have any questions or struggle uploading the assignment or doing anything, let us know. Now, while writing the 300-word essay with the AI, you can write an essay very quickly, but we encourage you to do some research over the internet, try to understand the CIA triad, look at the security gaps that are as per the CIA triad, and then write the essay. While AI can write an essay for you, it will be good if you understand these things in detail and then write the essay. There are two ways that you can do. You can write the essay in a Word document, upload as a Word document or a PDF document, or you can write it on a paper, click the picture, and upload that picture as an assignment. So your assignments, there is no time limit when you have to submit the assignment. You can submit it today itself. You can submit it tomorrow. You can submit it until the last date as well. The only thing is the form will not get submitted until unless you have uploaded all the 10 assignments. And one of the best practices is, now that you have attended this session, you have understood something, do some little research onto the internet while the thoughts are very fresh, and then write your essay. If you submit this within 24 to 48 hours, whatever you have learned today will remain in your heads for a longer time. If you do it only for the submission and take the help of AI at the last minute, you will be able to get the certificate, but then the knowledge that you have gained will not solidify in your brain, and you will not be able to retain it for a longer period. So we encourage you, do it yourself, do some research, do it within 48 hours so that it is most effective. But you are free to upload the assignment whenever you want. Okay. Any more questions on assignments? Okay, go ahead, Kartik.
Okay, so now let's have a little quiz. As we have the knowledge of CIA triad, can someone tell me what does CIA stands for? Yes, Priyank.
Uh, CIA stands for confidentiality, integrity, and availability.
Yes, that's right. Okay, so now let's next ask. Let me ask you next question. What is a malware? Yes, Priyanka.
Malicious software designed to harm or exploit the systems.
Yes. And how many types of malware are there? Yes, Gauri.
There are total six types of malwares: virus, worms, Trojan horse, spyware or rats, ransomware, and adware.
Yes. Uh, what does spyware do? Yes, Munmun.
They track our every action we do on the system, like what we are uh, searching on internet or which website we're visiting.
Yes. Now next question. Where we can report cyber crimes? Yes, Gauri.
National Cyber Crime Reporting Portal, or 1930.
Okay. Now another question. What do you understand by cybersecurity? Yes, Priyank.
Cybersecurity is keeping your identity on yourself safe on the internet, staying away from malwares and malicious websites, so that you can use the software for your own good and don't harm your identity on the social network.
Yes, that's right. Uh, Another question. Mm, What do you understand by identity theft? Yes, Priyanka.
It means stealing someone else's identity and then appearing as it.
Yes, that's right. Stealing someone else's online identity and then posing themselves as the legitimate user. Another question. What does ransomware do? Yes, Priyank.
Ransomwares encrypt the files on your device so that you cannot access them without the key, and they then ask you for a particular amount of money so that they give you the key and you can then access your files.
Yes, absolutely correct. Now, what are grey hat hackers? Yes, Gauri.
Grey hat hackers are those who are not authorized, but they still hack and report vulnerabilities without malicious intent.
Yes, that's right. So I'd like to share one more term that is very useful or very used in cybersecurity. That is script kiddies. So what they do is they did not write any code or any script by themselves. They just use the existing tools and exploit them. Exploit the systems. So that those are script kiddies. Now, what are red hat hackers? Yes, Priyank.
Red Hat hackers are hackers which try and prevent black hat hackers from hacking into some softwares.
Yes. Mm, What are white hat hackers? Yes, Priyank.
White hat hackers are hackers which are legally allowed to hack into websites and report the weaknesses of the website so that uh, they can be improved and it is actually safe from malwares and malicious content.
Yes, that's right. White hat hackers are also known as ethical hackers. So, uh, what does confidentiality stand for in a CIA triad? Yes, Priyanka.
It means keeping data private.
Okay. Now, what does availability stand for in CIA triad? Yes, Priyank.
Availability stands for the availability of systems which are present on the internet and the prompt use of them.
Yes, right. So let's take a scenario. My Instagram account is hacked. Now, how may I proceed with it? Yes, Priyank.
Turning the account private and then deleting the account and creating a new one.
Well, yes, you are partially right, but we can also change the password, and in the settings we also have the options to look where we are logged in, and we can just remove those devices from uh, their settings. So what Priyank told us is the most extreme way we can uh, deal with uh, account hacking. So we can also just change our password and remove the devices where we are recently logged in. Now, let's take another example. Mm, let's say my I have a virus in my system, and antivirus is detected it. Now, how may I proceed with it? Yes, Priyank. Okay, so antivirus, if antivirus has detected it, and I have a virus in my system, first of all, I'll delete it, and then I'll check for the damages that are done on my system. Let's that the data that is sent, or the data that is leaked. Antivirus is now generate a detailed report for that. Now, let me ask you another question. Mm, wait. Uh, what does adware do?
It, it, the ads comes in our system as a pop-ups, and it, if we click on it, takes the user to a malicious website or account.
Yes, Moon. That is absolutely correct. Uh, now, what does spywares do? Yes, Priyanka.
Spywares tracks our activities that we do on a device.
Yes. So before ending the session, I'll again like give you a brief of what we learned today. So we learned what is cybersecurity and why it is important in our daily life, the CIA tried and its foundation, how many types of malwares are there present in today's world, and how they can affect us. And we also get to know that how we can report the cyber crimes to trusted platforms. So that's it from my side, and we'll meet tomorrow. So thank you guys for joining today. No problem, Priyank. Uh, I will take up some different examples from tomorrow onwards.